Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today is August 24th. Welcome back to the channel. YouTube finally helped me get back in. They were of great help last night and this morning. Maybe I'll do a video of it to kind of round up this entire process, but let's just dive into things here because we have so much to talk about. Looking at the visible satellite imagery, you can see that marine layer is really up and down much of the coast, all the way down through the central coast, but it is sunny down there across Los Angeles, Orange, Ventura and Santa Barbara County for the most part. But you see, we do have some thunderstorm activity ongoing here this morning, even across some of the San Joaquin Valley. And that's going to be a precursor here of what's going to be going on over the next few days. Some very heavy rainfall also potentially across some of the Sierra Nevada with this monsoon moisture in place across the region. Then we'll take a look at the extended forecast as always. So looking at Sacramento, you can see where the thunderstorms are supposed to be today. There's some dangerous lightning, some brief heavy rain, and there are flood watches up for places like South Lake Tahoe, Reno, some of the Sierra Nevada, east slopes of the Sierra Nevada as well. Go over some of that here more in a moment. Also, probability of precipitation today, San Diego National Weather Service, Big Bear 43%. You see lower chances along the coastline, definitely better chances for that thunderstorm activity across the higher terrain. Now, this is for Hanford. Also, strong storms, dangerous lightning, flash flooding is possible. This is Hanford National Weather Service, which covers portions of Central California, South Central California as well. But yeah, if you want to be absolutely safe, wait for 30 minutes or longer after you hear thunder before you go back outside, and stay in a hardtop vehicle if you can. Stay away from the tall trees. Don't hide underneath the trees for sure. And this is the excessive rainfall outlook. This does include Yosemite, Mammoth Lakes, and Bishop. Slight risk. Be careful if you're out and about here. This potential for some flash flooding does even include Ridgecrest, Barstow, Baker, Death Valley, Beatty. So watch out for that activity. Now, okay, I was surfing through X there, getting my storm chaser fix this morning, but let's look at that flash flood watch. This is Reno National Weather Service. So here we go. This was issued this morning. And again, for Reno, this is Mono, Mineral, and Southern Lyon County from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. today. Excessive rainfall is possible. If you see some of that coming across the roadway or coming down the washes and whatnot, be careful. Turn around. Don't drown. It's hard to tell what the road is doing underneath that running water. Now, this is also Sunday storm outlook. Another round of storms is on tap for the region today. And this is going to be ongoing here over the next few days. This is Las Vegas, which does include portions of California in its forecast. Some strong outflow winds, some blowing dust. Phoenix is also saying the same thing, blowing dust, dangerous lightning, and there could be some locally heavy rainfall associated. So taking a look at what is going on here, this is that ridge that allowed that monsoon moisture to come back over much of the west coast of North America, put that into motion. The ridge is starting to weaken here, and we're going to get this tropical system. It's going to try to move up in the weakness of that ridge there on the western periphery of it. It's this little thing there. It's going to try to move some moisture towards Southern California and some of Baja here. It doesn't show it being too much, but we'll be watching that. And then you can see the next trough coming for the Pacific Northwest. This allows us to cool down as we go on in through this upcoming week here. But then after that, I'm going to show you something interesting here with what the models are showing this is going to do through the extended forecast. But I want to point this out again, kind of driving home the point. This is what the Doppler radar may look like here over the next 48 hours or so. So if I put this into motion, you can see this activity starting to rip up across the region. Southern Sierra Nevada, Peninsula Range, transverse range. Watch out for this very heavy rainfall. Northeast California, Lake Tahoe, Reno, watch out because there is some very heavy rainfall coming across the area today. And then we're going to go through tomorrow. You see that moisture moving up again. And look at this, the Peninsula Range really targeted here as we go through Monday. Very heavy rainfall across the higher terrain especially. And then again, the Southern Sierra Nevada, East Slopes, all the way up towards Lake Tahoe and Northeast California, Lassen County as well, as that brings us all the way on in through Tuesday night at the end of this run. So yeah, some very dynamic precipitation totals possible. Total precipitation on the European, I'm going to scroll through here the next few days. We go through the next 3-4 days. You see the additional rounds coming. Some of these individual locations, 2-3+ inches. So watch out for that, especially if you're across the backcountry, where you see those clouds building and you start hearing thunder and whatnot and get to your safe space. Now, looking at daily 2-meter max temperatures, very warm today, still across many of the valley areas. You got to go right to the immediate coastline to really get out of that heat, or the Bay Area for that example. For a good example of that. And then you can see some of the higher areas of the Sierra Nevada. I know people like to escape the heat and go camping off in towards the summertime here, but This is really going to bring some nasty storms out here across the Sierra Nevada. So again, just a heads up for that. Hopefully you are weather aware today and tomorrow. Then we go through Monday, Tuesday. See the gradual cool down coming as we go through Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So there is that. That is good news. We're going to cool things down as we go through this upcoming week and on in through next weekend. Now, more of an extended outlook here. European artificial intelligence. We've got this tropical system trying to brew down here. See if you can pick it out in the water vapor. Well, there it is. Starts to come up and parallel Baja and try to bring some of that moisture back into Southern California. And you can also see the next trough that's going to be cooling us down as we go through this upcoming week. And another tropical system kind of moves off to the west, pretty harmless there. Now, if we take a look here at 6-hour precipitation type, so again, we're going to have pretty good rounds of storms across the Sierra Nevada next few days, monsoon moisture coming across the area. And again, not just the Sierra Nevadas, I want to point that out, across the desert areas, Northern California, Southern California, higher terrain as well. But there goes that tropical system right there, and you see it trying to creep back towards Southern California. It doesn't show up bringing too much, but we've been watching it for a few days, so we're going to continue to watch to see exactly where that goes, because these things can still change last minute. That could still bring some heavy rainfall with it. Now, this is that tropical system. They call it Disturbance 1 right now. 80% chance of cyclone formation over the next 7 days. So that is a system that we've been watching for several days in advance now, and that's what's going to turn back towards probably the southwest here as we go through the next few days. And again, there it is on the infrared satellite imagery as we speak. And there's that monsoon moisture across the Intermountain West all the way up across the west coast of North America. So this is the 6 to 10 day, kind of a mixed bag here. Sometimes I wonder why I even show this. It's not much help, but I just kind of been consistent with it. So let's just keep going with it for now. This goes through September, kind of near normal, but above normal for Central and Northern California. 8 to 14 day and 8 to 14 day there yet again. So anyway, glad to have the channel back. I'm going to kick this video out here. Hopefully you guys are finding this video here today. And if anything happens with this channel, check the Patreon page. The link is down below. It is on a separate email account. I have total control over it, so I will be able to communicate with you through the through the Patreon page. So anyway, hope you guys are having a good day. Click like and subscribe. We'll do this all again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.